Hello again and welcome to this channel. So for today's video I'm going to do a chapter 5 of Apex Vortex, which is called Catastrophe. I think this is the correct pronunciation. Oh well. So as you can see in the description on the left, this is the pattern of Uterio in a nutshell. Yeah, I'm writing Uterio in a nutshell because it's not really that hard. Yeah, as you can see in the right the squad I'm going to use for today's video. Little spoil, it's a mono waifu with Cobalt Khalid. Yeah, I literally used 5 female units and 1 male unit. Don't expect that Cobalt as an RM, eh? I know you're thinking bad. I know you're thinking bad. Oh gosh, my pronunciation, jeez. Don't feel triggered because my Ophiuchus is Rex type. I know you're jealous. I know. Or maybe not, because you also got a Rex one. Yeah, so I'm going to use Jack Olid, and as subunits Zelha, Gasolina, Natalame, what was the other one? Ophiuchus and Cobalt Lead. Yeah, Khalid. Yeah, I picked the wrong one because I didn't have any other Cobalt Lead available. Oh well, let's just begin the quest. So, what does Uterio do? Well, it's simple. She does an AoE, which is called Conviction Bulkwar. Oh gosh, I wrote Conviction with 2 O's. It's a mistypo, so pardon. And Legendary Lady, well, it's actually only the name of the BB and the SBB one. So she will tell you some orders to follow them, or you will eat an AoE with BB Drain. Yeah, the BB Drain needs a complete BB Drain, so follow the rules and you'll be okay. Well, in my case I can also screw the rules because I have double mitigation lead. I don't give a damn because I'm too strong. And yeah, by the way, this video is done also when Ophiuchus is still bugged, so if I use her DB, I could instantly fill all my units DB, but I won't do that because, you know, it's hacks, literally hacks. So, when she said, show me your ultimate attack, she idles. So you have to do, so I write here, use UBB or simply that. Well, it happened to me once that it doesn't really work to use UBB, but I think it's only a bug or either something that I didn't trigger correctly. Oh, and Photon Execution is an AoE that comes at 75%, 50%, 25%. Yeah, I wrote also this one that she is elemental weakness damage, crit damage, and ailment immune. Well, any boss here is ailment immune. She is elemental weakness damage immune because I used Crash in my first clear. And yeah, he didn't proc any crit, and also elemental weakness damage wasn't working. So yeah, she's elemental weakness damage immune, like Aulavet. And yeah, I wrote she's tanky, yeah, because you know this video took me 40 minutes. Yeah, you are literally watching a video long 40 minutes, and it's actually a very long video. Yeah, I will admit this is the longest video I have done for now, except the one, I think the last longest video I did was Carna Pasta one. Yeah, so what else? As you can see, if you disobey, she will say disobey and you will be punished. and you will eat an AoE. Well, with double mitigation lead, you can actually tank it easily, very easily, I would say. As you can see, she is tanky because I use Ophiuchus UBD, which is the best after Plumatachi for non-fire and what was the other element? And non-dark element that didn't got immunity to elemental weakness damage. Because for the rest, Ophiuchus is surely OP'er than Plumatachi. Yes, I said it. I would say it because she has 2 turns of extra action like Plumatachi. She has also 4 hit count UBB with SP, unlike Plumatachi that's +3. And you know, hit count buff here is a very strong buff indeed for nuking purpose. Why? Because it's multiplicative, so it is a matter of damage distribution because hit count buff affects damage distribution. So, for example, if you have 5 hits with an example of 20% damage distribution, so your 100% of damage will be distributed in 5 hits that gives each of them 20%. So with plus hit count buff, technically you're literally a +1 means that each hit will count as 2 hits. So if you have 5 hits, it will become 10 because each hit becomes 1 + 1 equals 2. And usually hit count buff didn't have any damage reduction or damage penalty. And by the way, Ophiuchus AoE normal attack buff is zero penalty, so you can freely use it. And it's very useful, especially if you want to kill many enemies in one turn. If you want to know what is the most annoying order of Etheria, well, I will say Etheria because of my Italian pronunciation, but I think it's Etheria, you know. Oh well, forgive me for this error, but well, I'm not really into English, to be honest. As you can see, if you obey, she will say a proper knight follows the orders. Yeah, you know, because Etheria is technically the queen of Neo Avalon, and if she was alive, she would have created the round table of women. So it's literally a gender-bent word. Yeah, I would like to see Persibella and Lanceline. I know you like it. I know. I would like to. Show me your ultimate attack. Theoretically, you should use UBB, but in my case, for a reason I don't really know, she actually said that you are not a worthy opponent, which is strange because I used UBB, and when she said show me your ultimate attack, it is implied to use UBB. But oh well, it's very irrelevant, to be honest, because it's only a matter of tanking the attack, because even if you follow her rules, you will still use an AoE, so just screw it. And yeah, I used double mutilation because I wanted to tank easier, but to be honest, I could use only one. But since I screwed so many times the rules because I was full YOLO, and because my wife's squad is not really this strong, because my only source of damage comes from Ophiuchus UBB and Natalamis SBD. Well, it was a good compromise, I guess. You will ask me why this kind of squad? Well, actually I was trying this squad because I wanted to try Endless Frontier game from via this squad. Well, Ophiuchus in reality is not the unit I want to use for Endless Frontier game, but yeah. I use her because of the hit combat and because I didn't really need hot buff game, since I can pretty much tank any attack easily. As you can see, Draco lead is because she has null death ignore, BB when attacked, which is very useful. Yeah, I would say because I know since I play Brave Frontier Japan, I have also experiences with what bosses you will expect next time. And I would say that there are some bosses that uses BB drinking, so Draco lead is indeed one of the most useful leads we have here in EU. Well, because in Japan it's famous the combo double Regil plus Leria, and also Regil plus Firenet, which is the new unit that came recently to Japan. Oh well, but we are in EU, so we'll speak about EU. Well, for EU's meta, actually Gekko and Cobalt I think it's the most OP combo for the fed, because you know, 30% mitigation, BB when attacked, BB on spark, kill on spark, lead. You can combine it with the buff for insane BB gauge management. And also Jack O and Cobalt together gives already 3 immunities, which is null element, null elemental weakness damage, null death ignore. The first 2 came from Cobalt and the other one Jack O. Also, well, what else? So you only need null crit and null status down to have pretty much every immunity in the game right now. So null crit here is from my Gasolina, and of course null status down is from Cobalt. So I would say that I have pretty much every immunity here. I brought Selha because my Selha has crit damage, crit buff, crit rate buff. Also she has ailment proc, the buff, attack rate down, recovery down, and defense down. No, I'm saying something DS because the rest down buff doesn't exist for units. Actually, you have only attack down and defense down. The enemy can do rest down to you, but you can't do rest down to the enemy. It actually doesn't make any sense anyway. Oh well, it could be useful for some units, for some bosses that give skill hacks, but to be honest, it's not really that necessary. So Natalame here is my main nuker, Spark, Self buff, Gasolina is the mitigator with Bubble, null elemental, mine has null elemental weakness damage, null crit, and also BB when attacked SBB, because to be honest, I would prefer being able to spam in both BB and SBB the same buffs, because you know, even if null crit and null elemental weakness is for 2 turns, I prefer using it only on BB and or SBB because of it will be easier for auto purpose, and also because you know it's that usually people tend to spam SBB. And yeah, I think Uteria is also apparently also BCH, BC drop resist, and maybe also hard crystal resist. But it's not a problem. As you can see, the squad will pretty much stack everything. Yeah, I can eat 3 AoEs by simply using this kind of squad. The shame thing is that this Cobalt doesn't have defense and recovery buff in the SBB, because this one is this Cobalt one has mitigation, which is very annoying for my run, because as you can see, my bubble sometimes has lower shield than I expect sometimes, because sometimes I see that one of my units has 3k, around 2.5k, 3k, and sometimes from 15k to 2500. So yeah, pretty much a shame. Also, this run took me 40 minutes because I'm using a very bulky squad. I think Jack-O gives also defense conversion, but I'm not sure. Don't really remember very well. Well, I use Jack-O essentially only because of the lead, and she has also BB mod, because her BB mod without SP is 350, so I thought that for Jack-O there is only one possible build, which is BB mod, 2 turns mitigation, because she will be useless if you have only, if her mitigation is only for 1 turn, and the stacks. So what else can I say about this dungeon? Oh well, I don't have anything else. Well, my ideal squad was to bring Holya instead of Ophiuchus, to be honest, because Holya gives, well, even if Holya was colliding in terms of buffs to Gasolina, Cobalt, I still need her because of Angel Idol UBB, since my only Angel Idol UBB actually is only Holya, since I don't have Julia nor Paula Best. And yet Zella was so hot. I thought, since I want to think of a squad that more or less contains the units I need, Zelha here was perfect for my squad, because Zelha is the boss that I use. You know, it's pretty much, Zelha is underrated, but I think she is also quite nice to build in a squad, because having status ailment, attack defense down, and also crit is pretty much slot efficient. Well, yeah, with the right squad, she's actually squad efficient, as you can see in my squad. Yeah. Well, instead of Gasolina, I could have, if only I have Ramlethal or Gilgamesh, I could have replaced Gasolina with Gilgamesh, but I would lack another mitigator, so no, I wouldn't lack a mitigator because I have Jackal. Oh, actually, yeah, I forgot about Jackal having also defense conversion, so actually she's very good. Actually, my squad is pretty much almost complete in terms of buff, you know. Yeah, I would lack only a 6 elemental buff if I use Holya. What could be perfect in this squad is actually, yeah, 6 elements. While you can build a mono Badland, a mono, and a mono Apex team, to be honest, but I prefer using waifus. As you can see, I can pretty much build a mono waifu team, because waifus are best to units. Yeah, in my opinion, to clear this dungeon pretty much faster, Mono Apex team could do the job. Or you can simply bring your nukers and at least have one mitigation lead, mana shield, barrier. Yeah, you could have bring Gilgamesh for mana shield. And it was a mistake of mine to bring Zelda, to be honest, in this dungeon. Yeah, she was more a burden than something useful, because Euteria seems very, very pretty new. Because I noticed that I didn't really proc some crits, to be honest, so Zella was pretty much useless. Could have bring Rise instead. Yeah, Rise could have speed up this run because of the HP scale. You will notice that I'm not using Ophiuchus BB in this video. Well, it's simple because, you know, when I did this video, Ophiuchus is too buggered, and if I used BB, I would have offered that up. And to be honest, for a video guide purpose, it would be abuse of bug. Well, you can use this bug till it will be corrected, which will happen in a few days after this video is uploaded. So yeah, enjoy your hacks of Ophiuchus till you can. But to be honest, I'm not really I don't have any benefits from that hacks, because I tried Gasolina bonus and I still can't clear it, so pretty lame. As you can see, double mitigation with here is 208. There isn't a single unit that died in my squad so far. And yeah, you will ask me why I brought idols, because of the use of item rule. Well, that is also a reason, but the second reason is because I lack heroes and revives when I did these videos. Yeah, because I'm too lazy to farm for the moment. Yeah, I would really appreciate a farming offset dungeon. Well, since we have still 17 minutes of video, what else could I say? Well, I said what I should have said, because I already said about Euteria's treasure, my squad building for this run, and also my ideal squad. Yeah, I pretty much don't have anything else to say. So since we all know all the 6, well, I will do a bit of chit chat, because yeah, it's pretty much boring. Yeah, I'm getting bored because, you know, this video is a 40 minutes long video, and to be honest, rather than leaving only the background music, I would like to chat a bit, since this is a long video and I don't think you're watching entirely this 40 minutes of video, because I think that you can easily survive this. You can easily do this dungeon also without my help. But yeah, if you want to watch, go ahead. Oh well, I want to tell you my 2 cents about the 6 Apex units in general. Oh well, of all the 6 Apex, I would say the most OP unit, in my opinion, is I would say between Ophiuchus. Yeah, I think it's Ophiuchus alone. Well, when I read her skill set, I think she is already He already outclassed Lumatachi in terms of his Hokuto strategy. Well, for those who don't know what is the word Hokuto, it's a reference to an anime, which usually means one-turn kill strategy. Yeah, kinda lame explanation, but this is essentially the idea of the term Hokuto. So yeah, I said Ophiuchus is better than Lumatachi since her SBD is a plus 2 hit count that has 120% of damage, which means that her each of her hits are 20% much stronger than the usual. And your UBB has 4 hit count, a conversion, I think recovery to attack, and she has also 135 damage for the hit count, and plus 4 hit count. Yeah, Plumatachi, the advantage of Plumatachi over Ophiuchus is because Plumatachi can attack, and also Plumatachi has elemental weakness damage for water and light units, which against fire and dark is more powerful than Ophiuchus one, because Ophiuchus, other than those buff, doesn't have elemental weakness damage buff, unlike Plumatachi. But I think Ophiuchus is OP because of Hokuto. Yeah, of all the hit count UBB units, I think Ophiuchus is superior to Plumatachi. But Plumatachi is still superior when it comes to fire, to enemies, to fire and dark enemies that has elemental weakness resist, not immunity. As of course Ophiuchus is way better. So of all the other 5 Apex units, well, who else is in the list? Well, I think maybe Sword, because Sword is pretty much carries everything BB related. Yeah, if you include leader skill and his overall buff, including SP, you will notice that this unit has pretty much everything. BB support wise. His leader skill is also good because of that 10k damage 10k damage dealt to enemies. So well, it could be useful, but it's also not really the best in my opinion. Well, it could be debatable, to be honest, because we have pretty much, I think, at least 4 types of conditional mitigation. The most used one is of course mitigation when damage taken has exceeded a certain amount. To be honest, I think this one is one of the most easiest to use and the most practical to have, because enemies tend to hit hard, especially very hard content, and in the future you tend to take a lot of damage and a lot of AoE. So I think the best conditional mitigation is still this one. Yeah, and the other conditional mitigation is the one after X amount of sparks, which is better for raid, I think, but for hard content it's still not the best, because if you guard, you will already lose this effect. Also for one enemy, it's not really that easy to keep the mitigation buff. Or actually we have 5 types of mitigation. Leader skill conditional. The other conditional mitigation one is is mitigation lead when HP is under 50%. Yeah, this one is one of the, I think it's kinda bad because to trigger this you need to take first of all a lot of damage, but if you don't from full HP to 0, it's pretty much useless. And also for certain content you can pretty much keep your HP over 50%, especially for content that has dot. Alright. The other conditional mitigation one is if unit crit. Yeah, this one is also situational because if enemy is immune to crit procs, like in this case Eutherius is pretty much crit immune, it will be very bad. It will be a bad leader still in my opinion. And the other one is up. The last one the one that has got after damage that well, damage that is, yeah, this one is also debatable because in content that you need to guard constantly, I think this buff can be maintained easily, and also certain enemies sometimes has 1 damage, and maybe you will face a situation where you deal only 1 damage, and you also in the turn later you will need to die. So I think this is not the best leader to use. Oh well, this is my opinion about Sword. Well, the other 4 one, Eutheria. Yeah, Eutheria is nice. I think if you combo a double DC, you can also use her UDD instead of Arthur's one. Yeah, she's the first water unit with Odifil, I think, because I don't think there are other water units that have Odifil Dream Evolution for now. Yeah, she's the first, I think. And also the BB is nice for support. Yeah, she's quite slot efficient, but not kinda really necessary. Gilgamesh is a nuker. Well, I heard he's still bugged because of the elemental weakness damage. You know, elemental weakness damage is kinda buggy sometimes. Yeah. A nuker with mana bubble. Actually, his mana bubble is better than Gasolina's because it converts 25% of recovery, and if I recall, Gasolina's only 20. So actually, he's the best bubble user, but Gasolina is still more famous, and if you want to use him for Frontier Hunter, he's actually a good nuker. Sheriff, well, Sheriff is his leader skill is okay if you can crit, because if you don't crit, the unit won't get the buff. Yeah. And for example, in Eutheria 1, as I explained before, it's bad to use this lead because if an enemy has crit immune and crit rate immune, you are pretty much screwed. First, Infinite SPB Mitigator, yeah, I knew this one would happen one day. Yeah, because I would like to see an Infinite SPB Mitigator. Well, when Elgif was released, there was a voice of this legendary Elgif that gives mitigation buff. And yeah, and someone stated that he would like to give it to an Infinite SPB unit. While Sheriff is actually good for Colosseum, to be honest, because yeah, this unit is annoying if in defensive, especially if you combo it with Lanza or Unoseto because of the BD1 attacking. And yeah, with the right spheres, Sheriff is also scary because he has two Angel Idol buff chance, like Holya and Izuna. Aulaves, well, Aulaves is surprisingly a nuker, but to be honest, yeah, her selling point is only her UBB because her UBB gives 80% Angel Idol chance and also should revive because her revive is 100% chance. But other things, well, not really that much. So if I would rank each Apex unit, I would say from the OPS to the most disappointing, well, I would say that I'm a bit conflicted about Opio, Custilla, and Sheriff 180. Then I would put Sword, Euteria, and exactly all of it. Oh well, we're almost done. Yeah, this was a very long video, so sorry. Because I took this kind of squad, so it will take long. If only Euteria was like Aulave, I could have bring some users instead of this one, but yeah. Since I don't really care about her rules because it was very annoying. Especially when she says guard or use or BD or SPD or just normal attack. It's quite annoying because there are turns in which I trigger 3 AoEs, and during my previous run I die if she procs 3 AoEs. So I decided to use a double mitigation because I want also to test the power of the combo Jet Owen Cobalt. Well, you can also use Opio to be honest, because her lead is not bad because of the 10% mitigation lead. Yeah, if you want to use Hokuto to Masaki, still better lead. But Opio is the best for sub. Okay, I don't have anything else to say. Well, she's going to die, I think, in a couple of turns. Yeah, because this game tends to lag when you do long runs like this. As you have seen in this video, after 20 minutes, I'm already starting to lag. Yeah, this is a problem of Brave Frontier in general, not only Brave Frontier EU, to be honest, because also Japan and probably also global suffers about this one. It depends on how your phone can handle memory management, to be honest, because this is a matter of memory management. I think she's going to die in the next turn. Oh well, I'm already greeting you in advance, so that's all for this video. If you like it, and as usual, you can leave a like or the comment section down below. If you need also squad advices, you can also write in the comment section below. And yeah, see you again next time. Bye. Next time I will do a script. I promise. Maybe. And I also need to think of a better plan to use on my intro. Oh well, bye.